So, big news came out about yesterday, want to say last week. Fuck it, it's news. Um, anyway, so, Marvel revealed that someone is coming back from the grave. Ooh, that's a shocker, right? Someone returning from the dead must be a day that ends in Y, right? But it's whom that is coming back that is stirring up some news, and that is Jean Grey. And you may be saying, wait, Jean Grey's already back in the Marvel Universe. She's a girl. She's back as a little girl. Well, little in the sense that she's a teenager, but still. Anyway, no, I'm talking about the original adult Jean Grey back as the Phoenix. Yes, the Phoenix Force is returning, well, in force, this December with Phoenix Resurrection, which will be a big X-Men event involving X-Men Blue and X-Men Gold. I don't know about the other tie-ins, but that's what it's going to be about. Well, here's what I think. Cool. I mean, Jean Grey's been dead for about 13, 14 years, give or take. The original Jean Grey. So, yeah, her coming back doesn't really, shock me. Oh, no, actually, no, it does shock me because, oh my god, a beloved X-Men character is coming back from the dead, and it's Marvel that's allowing this? What? Yeah, because the return of an X-Men character these days is nothing short of shocking because, yeah, X-Men have been kind of on the outs as of late in the Marvel Universe. Very much on the outs in the Marvel Universe. So to have Jean Grey come back after 14 years after 14 years after she died in comics, is really cool. Now, if only we could get if only we could get the original Cyclops back. And how about we get Emma Frost from not being a stereotypical "I'm evil" villain? Yeah, can you tell I'm still bitter about Inhumans versus X-Men? I am still incredibly bitter about that comic. No, you can't tell? I must try harder then. Fucking hate that comic. Anyway, so the big thing is that she's coming back as the Dark Phoenix, and we still have young Jean Grey in this timeline, and she's going to be an integral part to this storyline. So I'm really curious to see how they're going to play that out, because I think the Generations issue is actually the Generations issue, I think it came out last week, if I'm not mistaken, and it plays into a major part into this. If that's true, I may have to pick up that issue of Generations to see if it really does tie into this whole Resurrection storyline. Also, having the Phoenix back in the Marvel Universe, because when was the last time we saw it? AVX, right? Or was it some other time? Fuck it. Marvel doesn't seem to care, why should I, right? Marvel doesn't seem to care about the X-Men, so why should fucking I, anyway. So, yeah, to have Jean Grey back is still really cool, but the thing is, I don't know how long. That's the big question, is that, how long are they going to keep her alive? Is it just for this event until they put her back in the ground? That would be my bet. I don't think... There's a part of me that's saying, because they didn't... The article I read wasn't really specific on how long this resurrection was. We don't know if it's... I don't know if it's going to be permanent, and, we're going to have the original Jean Grey stay here alongside, time-displaced Jean Grey. Don't know or I don't even know if they'll just be part of the event and they'll put her back in the ground. It may not. From what I read in the article, it almost sounds like it's not even Jean Grey. It's just the Dark Phoenix entity using her body like a host. And that isn't the first time that's happened. I mean, yeah, we got in AVX. It's kind of it's kind of specified that in that comic, the Phoenix just uses Jean Grey's body as kind of like a conduit. So it may be that the same thing here is that it may not even be Jean Grey at all, just her body's back, but it's the Dark Phoenix entity using her body as a conduit per se to hold all that power together. That may be the case. Anyway, so where was yeah, that's kind of the thing. I really do want to be excited for this because it's an X-Men character coming back. And yeah, like I said, we've had so many deaths in X-Men comics, and the X-Men have been kind of pushed to the brink thanks to Marvel. It's kind of cool to see, Jean Grey come back after the original Jean Grey come back after so many years. But at the same time, I'm like, all right, how long until she goes back in the grave? Because that's kind of the thing, isn't it? With not just even with the comics, it's really like that's kind of Jean Grey's thing. She kind of dies, like a lot. Remember that issue in All New X-Men where that 2-page spread of Jean Grey seeing all the times she died and everything that happened to her, including all the times she died in that 2-page spread? Yeah, that's Jean Grey in a nutshell, right there. But yeah, I'm also interested if this is like Jean Grey coming back as the Phoenix, and if it's a permanent renewal, if it's a permanent resurrection. I'm really curious to see what she'll think about, seeing, the current, the time displaced X-Men alongside the current X-Men, and seeing everything that happened. It'd be like, and of course, I'd really like to see this Jean Grey's take on, the death of Scott. I really want to see, like, her whole thing of, wait, you all turned on Scott because he tried to do the right thing. Is that what I'm hearing? You basically turned on, you turned on your leader, a guy who defended our people for so many years. You turned on him because he made a call and, he had to take out Xavier, and none of you took into the account that he was under the control of the thing I've been possessed by for fucking years. Yeah, you guys are such a great family. Good job, dicks. I really want to see like Jean Grey just rip into Storm, not like metaphorically rip into them, not just kill them off, but yeah, just kind of be like, seriously, Scott did so much for us, and this is how you repay him? You didn't even take into account that maybe he went cuckoo because of the Dark Phoenix entity? And none of you bothered to talk it out. None of you bothered to talk it out with the Avengers and just be like, here's what we're gonna do. The Phoenix is bad, but we know how to control it. You didn't bother talking it out with the Avengers in the first place, nor did you bother talking it out with the Inhumans. Well, okay, the Inhumans you tried to talk it out with, but they didn't listen, so I'll give a pass on that one. Yeah, you also bowed before the Inhumans. What the hell's wrong with you people? This is not my X-Men, what happened to my X-Men? I'm just kind of projecting all of my anger through Jean Grey. Dark Phoenix, take me, I guess. I guess I have the Dark Phoenix now. Nah, no I don't. Anyway, I'm cautiously optimistic about all of this, is what I'm trying to say. So you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of Jean Grey's resurrection? Do you think it's actually going to be Jean Grey, or is it just going to be the Phoenix, or the Dark Phoenix using her body? Do you want to see her take on the X-Men? Just comment below, let me know, and once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.